Good evening. For some, the freezing world of cryogenics is still seen mistakenly as the stuff of science fiction and Hollywood films. But this fast-growing area of science is providing a warm and timely boost to the Thames Valley's economy. With the creation of hundreds of jobs, cryogenic technology is used in many aspects of our lives, from the food we buy in supermarkets to the medical equipment used to diagnose illnesses. Dozens of small cryogenics companies are continuing to spring up in and around Oxford. So the area is now home to the most powerful concentration of this specialist expertise in the world. Well, in a moment, our business correspondent Alistair Fee will be telling us just how Oxfordshire came to be at the heart of this industry. But first, this report from Nikki Mitchell.
What I'm doing now is dispensing liquid nitrogen from a bulk tank outside.
The liquid gas travelling through these pipes is doing so at nearly minus 200 degrees Celsius. The pipes are made here in Didcot.
Because Oxfordshire has that real core competency in cryogenics, it's something that we can do really well across the world. So we are seeing real year-on-year growth in terms of export to every continent on Earth. And we're doing that even in tough economic times. So yeah, absolutely, there couldn't be a better time to be involved in cryogenics.
Cryogenics is the science of extremely low temperatures. It's a technology which allows other things to happen. Without it, there would be no IVF, no MRI scanners, no cryotherapy of the type jockeys like Tony McCoy use to accelerate healing. It's used in space, in the car industry and in food production. Cryogenics is also used extensively as a tool by scientists, like those carrying out experiments here at the ISIS facility in Harwell. For example, they would use it to cool down samples and equipment. Experts in the field gathered here at the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory on Friday to discuss future innovations and to work out how to build on the current momentum in their industry.
To get people together and to get them to cooperate if necessary, because a lot of them compete, and that's a good thing as well because, creates jobs and is generally a force for good, certainly in this part of the country.
A force for good both at home and abroad. 90% of this Witney-based company's customers come from overseas.
We export a lot, and it makes me very proud to export our equipment to around the world, and knowing that it's been made in Britain.
And so, as many other commercial sectors struggle to come in from the cold, for cryogenic companies here in Oxfordshire at least, business is blooming. Nikki Mitchell, BBC Oxford News.
Well, joining me in the studio now, our business correspondent Alistair Fee. Al, how has Oxfordshire become such a world leader in this field?
Jerome, this incredible story goes back to the 1930s. As Jewish refugees fled Nazi Germany, the university took on board some of the best physicists, and it was their work studying low temperatures that really kick-started that industry here in Oxfordshire. Now, move forward to 1961 and a spin-off university company, Oxford Instruments, was set up, looking at superconducting magnets. That led to the creation of Siemens magnet technology in Ensham, and now 30% of the world's MRI scanners have magnets developed here in Oxfordshire.
So from a business point of view, how important is cryogenics to this region?
Well, cryogenics is actually one of the lesser-known success stories in an area that's dominated by science and technology. So around 10,000 people across the UK are employed in the cryogenic sector. Most of those will be here in Oxfordshire. It's worth around £2 billion to the UK economy, but because so many industries wouldn't exist without cryogenic technology, the value of the industry is probably considerably higher.
Very briefly, Alistair, the science bit, there is a misconception about cryogenics.
There is indeed. Cryogenics isn't about freezing people's bodies and storing them in the future. That's still a very hypothetical concept called cryonics. This is about preserving, using low temperatures to preserve embryos or preserving foodstuffs. So next time, Jerome, you're in the supermarket and you pick up a bag of frozen peas, remember that the technology at the heart of that process is developed here in Oxfordshire.
I certainly will. Alistair, thank you. Next tonight, the girl